and Paul was touching a lot of girls, like on their thighs, touching their arms, their shoulders, all of that, just touching a lot of girls. And everybody there was single, except for me. So at first I didn't really think that much of it until he touched me.
My party had no alcoholic drinks.
So the truth is, I went to a party, which I did do, and I drank.
PaulTooReal is in some serious hot water right now, and it is obvious when you go to his page. All you have to do is click on one of his videos, and you'll realize the comments are incredibly limited. Only about 15 people can comment under each post. That is because tens of thousands of people are furious at him. There is a ton of stuff to get into in this video, so try to watch it as long as possible, because I really want to uncover every situation.
Many of you may not have heard everything that's been said about me online the past couple of weeks. If this is the first time you guys are hearing about it, I'm sorry to be the one bringing it up.
I would say the majority of people are hoping for his downfall because a lot of people do not like him.
PaulTooReal's in deep, and it may be worse than before. So Paul originally went viral the first time for saying some questionable things.
So for those who don't know who Paul is, I've made a video on him before talking about how he steals content and stuff, but Paul is a creator on TikTok with over 3 million followers who posts simple stuff like skits. Think of like, that's basically the kind of stuff. He'll have a text and then he'll just like have music in the background. It's really low effort, but I've said this before, if that's what works and it's not stealing content or like harming anyone, then I guess you do you if it's effective. But that's the thing, is he has stolen content. It's been proven times in the past and they bragged about it. But the new situation he's gotten himself into, or let's just say there may be more to it than just that, is so much worse than just stealing content.
Y'all framing PaulTooReal for saying the N-word was so messed up. I mean, if you look at the video, it is so clearly AI. You can tell by the voice. And also kind of the video too. But if you can't tell that video is AI, then you're slow. But I saw some comments saying, this is AI, but let's pretend that it's not. And bro, that is so... Now, if you hate PaulTooReal, it's whatever, bro. Just like block him. But making up these videos with AI just to try and cancel him is so fucked up. I personally don't like PaulTooReal either, but the reason why I'm making this video is because you guys are taking it way too far.
So the situation started off like Paul was completely innocent. A video went around by a hate account. Yes, an account that literally is just hating on Paul. I know the difference between criticism and hate, and this was a dedicated hate account. I'm not even going to say their name because I don't want them to get attention because they're just making up stuff. Even though I dislike Paul's content, I must say making up AI videos of him saying the N-word is just not really the way to go. So anyway, this account posts a video and claims that it's real, and it's Paul obviously saying the N-word. And most people could kind of see it seemed like AI, but they're like, no, it's not. So people accused him of it, and he dropped a response claiming it was AI. And the video is pretty clearly AI, but as this guy said in this video, people dislike Paul so much for so many different reasons. His stealing content, his just commenting under all these girls' posts and stuff, that they were like, let's just pretend. We really need to cancel him.
Specifically the N-word. And he made a statement saying that it wasn't him and that was AI and it was all false. Which if you go back and watch the video a couple times, it's definitely AI. The words didn't even match his lips. But just when things started to cool off for Paul, things quickly got worse once again.
But first, I want to remind you that you can have a positive impact on the internet, and that's by donating any amount to the injured Palestinian, link in description. You'll be helping his two daughters, have food and shelter. So when this video went around, there were a lot of people in the comments saying, let's just pretend, joking about it and stuff, because they already disliked him. But most creators came to his defense saying, hey guys, this isn't okay. Even if you don't like him, like I don't like him personally, but this is not okay. And I fully agree with that once again. Making fake information about someone just because you don't like them is just insane, because that's a career damaging thing that's just blatantly false. He did not say it.
So there's recently been a video going around the internet, and it looks like me, but it's not. And they used the use of AI to try to frame me. Just wanted to share my experience with this because I know it happens to a lot of other influencers, and I just wanted to let you guys know that this can be happening to all of your favorite creators or people that you don't even like. And we just have to be more aware of it as technology gets more enhanced. And a lot of people are in the comments saying, as much as I hate Paul, this stuff is AI.
And I wish this were all this video was about, because once again, framing someone is not okay. That account is just dedicated. That account has so many different videos dedicated to canceling him. Anyway, I wish that was all we could talk about, but no, it's not, because he's been canceled for a much bigger reason, and the creators that were formerly defending him have now officially turned on him. And why, you may ask? Well, let's see.
So for those of you that did not see, a couple days ago, someone uploaded this video right here behind me onto TikTok, and in the video it showed PaulTooReal and 2 other people on a FaceTime call, and as the video continues on, PaulTooReal was like talking about something, and then he ends up saying a word that once again he most definitely should not be saying. I'm not going to repeat that.
So after this train of discussion ended, when Paul said it was AI and it was clear it was AI, a new one emerged because the same account posted a new video, but this time there was a little bit more evidence behind it.
And this time it's because a video basically emerged of him saying that he likes Nick as well as drinking spicy water. And now everybody's canceling him for that. Essentially because he's not of age and this is setting a bad example for his followers. But let's be real, I think we all did a little something in high school. Half the people that are actually complaining about him doing this are openly doing it on their page. It's just a bit hypocritical. Leave him alone, let him live. He's in high school, let him have his fun. There was even another video that resurfaced saying he didn't even like it and he doesn't even know if he's ever gonna do it again. That's the thing about life, guys, you try things and make mistakes. There is no reason anybody should be making threats for something as small as this. You can disagree, but you don't gotta do all that now. But whose side are y'all on? Team Paul or Team Hater? Let me know in the comments.
The thing about this TikToker is they didn't really do the research because it was not about the fact that he did that. It was the accusations being spread around. Once again, I don't know enough about it, but I'm just stating the accusation because, I mean, there isn't much on it. It's just a simple accusation. People were saying that he went driving after going to a party and doing this.
Party had no alcoholic drinks.
So the truth is, I went to a party, which I did do, and I drank.
The problem with Paul's recent response is that he accidentally contradicts himself, showing that he doesn't always tell the truth in these responses. And since, once again, we cannot confirm this, but a lot of people have been saying, according to this evidence, that at this party recently that he hosted, he ended up drinking. And overall, I can't say those words on YouTube, but for obvious reasons, that is not a safe thing to do. And we all know in these type of situations when someone is getting a lot of criticism, or should I say hate, some of it is just blatant hate, some of them are just making fun of his looks and stuff, others are actually finding stuff against him. But as we know, when something like this happens and everyone focuses on one person, stuff gets dug up. And so people started accusing him of being quite a weirdo online, showing screen recordings of him adding like their sister and stuff, who, here's an example, she was 12 in this, which once again, it was a screen recording, like I watched the full thing, it was a screen recording, so that would be harder to fake than just a screenshot. But once again, I'm not going to say this is 100% just because it's still a screen recording. I feel like in a court of law that isn't enough proof. And I'm not going to go and say right away that he's a creep because obviously, I don't know. We don't know his age for sure. And don't say, oh, he's 17, oh, he's 18. No, we do not know their age. Ashley Barnes is a great example of how we don't know. I heard so many people say different things and I still don't know how old she actually is. But of course, maybe he didn't know she was 12 because he is fairly young. It's safe to say he is fairly young, so maybe he didn't know, because sometimes on Snap he just add people. I don't use Snap that often, so maybe there is an easier way to know. I don't know, I'm hardly ever on it, but maybe he didn't know, I would say, like, because they clearly weren't showing their faces when they're snapping back and forth. I'm not trying to, like, defend him, I'm just saying, I wouldn't jump to calling him a creep. Like, all the comments under that were immediately being like, yeah, he's a weirdo, cancel him. Dude, I wouldn't say that's a great way. I feel like there needs to be a little bit more evidence. And there were screenshots going around, but they were probably fake, because I've had this happen to myself where people fake conversations with me for no reason. So I'm sure these are fake. Let's look at one for an example. Like, this one is probably pretty fake. Let's see what it says. You're really pretty, Paul says. Can you do me a favor? Yeah, this is fake. Sure, I say. Paul says, listen, I'm really can't say it. I want someone to talk to me. And then me say, sure, how? And they say, you know how, and also if you want to send pics. It's simple. Yeah, he did not. This is definitely fake.
Hello, I'm Gidget Jones, and I'm making this video mostly because I've had a lot of requests to make it. I don't really think that my story is worth an entire video. Don't look at that. I don't really think my story is worth an entire video about it, but a lot of people want me to make one, so I'm going to. And I also just want to clear some things up real quick. First off, I'd like to say I don't consider myself a victim. I'm not a victim in this situation. I was uncomfortable.
So recently, someone who met Paul has released a video, so let's see and watch it through and see. She doesn't, once again, as you can see, consider herself a victim, but I feel like it needs to be heard regardless, so we can see how serious this situation currently is, because this is yet another controversy recently Paul has gotten into.
But I don't consider myself a victim. I also want to say that I'm not trying to shame Paul in any way for drinking or smoking, because I'm not really one to talk, but I just think it's really hypocritical. A lot of the things he posts about his relationship with God and stuff like that, and then he, behind closed doors, he chooses to do things like that in secret. I'm not trying to be a hypocrite, because I in no way, shape, or form try to hide what I do and the kind of lifestyle I have, and I don't shame others for living that lifestyle, unless they are shaming people first for living that lifestyle. That's where I find an issue. Also, another thing to mention is his video that says a relationship without Jesus is just lust. I think that's actually crazy, a crazy thing to say. I myself I'm not really sure what I identify as religiously. I say the closest thing I am is atheist. So if I'm an atheist, does that mean I'm nothing but lust? And everybody else who's atheist or anything else that isn't Christian?
And after kind of talking about different situations where she doesn't agree with Paul, she starts to get into a discussion that's a bit more, let's just say, very, very serious. And yeah, I'd prepare for this one.
It's not really that big of a deal to me, but I do think it deserves to be heard. He was touching a lot of the girls there. He was like one of the only guys. There was like 3 guys. It was him, my boyfriend, and one of my boyfriend's best friends. Those are pretty much the only guys that were there. And Paul was touching a lot of the girls, like on their thighs, touching their arms, their shoulders, all of that, just touching a lot of girls. And everybody there was single, except for me. So at first I didn't really think that much of it until he touched me. And he knew I had a boyfriend too. And my boyfriend was right there. He touched my thigh. I like kind of swiped his hand away. And then the rest of the night I kind of avoided him because weirdo. But yeah, all that went down. And then that same night he made out with this girl. Sure, you guys have seen some pictures of them together. Yeah, they made out that night. I've seen some rumors that they had sex. As far as I know, that's not true. I don't think that's true. I really don't think that's true. But yeah, I've also seen people say that Paul groped me. He did not grope me. He just touched me on my thigh. Kind of high up, but he did not grope me. I'd also like to speak about how this video got out to the world. I posted it on my Snapchat story, a private Snapchat story, and I put the text, "Why is everybody meat writing Paul?" Because they fucking were. I mean, it's party and everybody's on the bed surrounding Paul. Like, let's get a life. And I also...
So yeah, for someone who preaches Christian values in any relationship without Jesus is just lust, this is kind of insane. This is definitely, once again, like, he knew she had a boyfriend, like she says it herself, and once again she does not consider herself a victim or anything, like she herself says this, but overall this is just simply not okay the way he's treating these girls. I just don't know, does he view them as the same as guys? Like, I don't know, why does he feel like he has like the right to act this way around girls? Every girl. It just doesn't seem super appropriate, and it seems like a ticking time. Like it's gonna, his career, one of these times he's gonna once again bother the wrong girl. Let's use the word bother, and something's gonna go wrong. Like he's gonna like touch her thigh or something, and let's just say she will not be as like nice as this girl is being, because what he's doing is simply not okay.
I'd like to mention how most of the girls in that video, up until they had met him that night, we would always make fun of him. We would always joke about getting him canceled because we knew what he did. We knew what kind of person he was.
For those who are wondering what the video is, I can't play it because every single version there's copyrighted music blasting right like in the background very loudly, but it's basically him sitting on a bed with a bunch of girls surrounding him, and they're talking about different stuff. I cannot say the word, but different stuff they've taken, and he admits to taking a bunch of stuff, and then later it turns out it was the party, so we don't know for sure if he ended up driving or not. There's just not enough going around, so I'm definitely not gonna throw that out there. But yeah, holy burn right there.
I was a little confused. Anyways, Paul texts me. One of the first things he says, he's just like, "Please, please, please," and I text back, and I'm like, "What are you talking about? What are you begging me for?" And he's like, "Can you take that video down? Can you like take that video down? Can you delete it?" And I'm like, "What video? What are you talking about?" And I thought he was talking about my story at first, but then I get sent the TikTok, and I'm like, "Oh, holy shit, holy wow!" I want to say I had nothing to do with that video being posted, at least the first time. But then after that was
So for those who don't know, it's the video where he's sitting on the bed and he admits to taking a bunch of stuff, which once again lead to people realizing that he took it at the party, meaning he likely or could have drove it home, not fully aware of his surrounding, let's just say. Because the fact that he immediately is messaging people desperately trying to take it down doesn't make himself look great. Maybe it's just because he didn't do the driving. He just didn't want people to know that's kind of like embarrassing for a teenager to admit to. Maybe it was something like that. Maybe his parents wouldn't like it. Who knows? So it could just be something like that. But yeah, the fact that he was instantly emailing her or DMing her, begging her, it's interesting.
a lot of people saw it. People were reposting it, and I was commenting on them because people were like, "This is AI. This is AI," and I'm like, "No, it's not. You want to know some more? Yeah, you want to know some more? You want some more?" Anyways, yeah, I gave the people some more. I gave them some more, and they got that more. And that's how there's a lot more now of videos from that night. And also, Paul texted me again after I gave people more pictures and videos of him. He texted me again. "Oh, you're a terrible person. Oh, I would never do this to you. Oh, blah, 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 blah." And I'm just like, bruh, I'm not lying. I'm telling the truth. Nobody's lying. Nope. Like, just don't. He's the liar. Like, just don't be a liar, and then you won't get canceled for shit like this. But yeah, he's texting me, and then I ended up saying something like, "Well, maybe don't touch girls' thighs that you barely know." And he's like, "Oh, it's true."
See, I hate how people are just dumbing it down to he's just being a kid. Like that TikToker earlier, he's just being a kid. No, I don't care if he's just a kid doing this stuff. Sure, on its own, like whatever, it's not cancelable. But his actions that result from doing that stuff, I really, really need to jump around these words. So, you know what I mean. Like his actions, yeah, they're still his actions. I don't care if he was doing something. Those are still the fact that he's immediately, "Oh, well, I was on something, so it doesn't count." No, you still can't do something like that. I don't care what you're on. That's still not appropriate. You're still going to have consequences. So stop acting like a baby and own up to your actions.
Confession number one. Actually, 2 confessions. 2 in 1. 2 in 1. Anyways, and then I'm like, "That wasn't long after you got there, so you drove there drunk?" "Yes." "Oh, you stupid." And then I screenshot it, and he's like, "Fucking post that, aren't you?" Yes, you just admitted to touching me, drinking, and driving drunk. Boom. Especially with someone who's already exposing you, like, you You gotta at least be smart with it, brother. Not even to mention all the accusations that him and his girlfriend are bullies. I don't know a whole lot about that, but I wouldn't be surprised at all. And
like my last video, there's going to be a lot of people, he's 17, you jerk, you bully. I'm 17, and if I do something, I deserve to be criticized like everyone else. 17 is almost an adult. Driving, you know what, when you're 17, there's no excuse. I don't care. He can use his age all he wants. That's a literal crime. He admitted to a literal crime. That is insane. Literally insane. And not to mention I can't even say that either, her. Like, overall, this guy is cooked. How do people still like this guy? No, it's not the fact that he took stuff. It's his actions that resulted because he did this stuff. And I don't care if he was on something. He still did this stuff, which is not appropriate.
another thing I want to address, calling me and other people who are speaking up right now clout chasers. It's mostly Paul who's saying that, actually. If I was a clout chaser, I would have posted that video the moment I took it. You little should have been done way there. July 2nd, you would have been done. Yup, you would have been done, but you're not. Well, now you are.
And of course, if you say you're not comfortable with someone touching you, you're a clout chaser. Yeah, Paul, okay. And first of all, this dude literally, you're quote famous. I wouldn't even say that, but you have a lot of followers because you post stupid little captions under you listening to music or like playing some song. Like, and you do it, most of the content you make is just stolen from other people. Like, anyone could replace you. It doesn't require any special talent or anything. Like, not even to hate, but like, dude, literally anyone could replace you. There's literally no talent that is required to make your content. I mean, I must say, I'm glad you're successful. Well, not anymore, but like, it's cool that you got success off of doing something so simple and so low effort and stuff, but like, dude, stop acting like you're this like celebrity actress or like famous superstar that everyone wants a piece of. Like, no one cares, buddy. And holy hypocrisy. You're all about like Jesus and stuff. It's always these TikTokers that pretend like they're Christians that are like the complete opposite. Yeah, I don't think Jesus would like you doing that stuff to all those different girls and making them uncomfortable. And of course, that's why he turned off his comments, by the way. I'm convinced that's why, because he dropped a response, and we're going to look into that soon. And he basically just lies. It completely contradicts his last response. So clearly he's turning off the responses because he's received a lot of hate in the past, and he was fine. I mean, he obviously hated the hate, but like, he just ignored it. There's a reason why he's turning off the comments now. There's a reason, and I bet it has something to do with that video, because yeah, that's not something that you can just kind of walk away from. Admitting to a crime is like, that's kind of crazy. That is legitimately insane. And I mean, what did he expect? Like, she literally told people before, like, did he think she'd make an exception? I mean, all power to her. All power to her. I'm surprised when I saw it. I wonder if it'll blow up. It didn't have a ton of views. People that were in the comments were supporting her, but there wasn't a ton of views. I hope it blows up more, because he admitted to a lot of, and there was just a bunch of stuff that really shows he isn't the great guy everyone in my last comment section was making him out to be.
Bro, I didn't even know what MAGA was until people started, like, saying that I support it, and I was like, bro, what even is that? I just find it very weird that you guys are gonna cancel me. Like, if Kamala was president, I'd also repost that. I was just reposting who our president was, that we're supposed to respect.
I'm sorry, what? This is a recent controversy. He's also gotten into people are mad because he's reposted stuff in favor of Trump. And for those who don't know, it's a bit of an underestimated statement, or whatever you say, if you say that Trump is disliked, because let's just say he's done a lot of questionable things. And it's safe to say, yes, when you see an influencer supporting a politician you don't like, you're probably not going to like them. Like, that's with pretty much any influencer. And I think everyone can agree, even if you support Trump or you support Kamala or whoever you support, I think everyone can agree you don't have to respect your president. If they're making questionable decisions, or if they've done questionable stuff in the past, or they've been accused of pretty awful stuff, you don't have to respect them. This isn't like a dictatorship.
Also, that was a long time ago. Also, I've never stated my political views on this because I just think it gets messy.
But reposting when someone is like celebrating a certain president becoming president is supporting them. I just don't like, he's playing dumb. I know he is, because dude, even if he's 17 in college, no one will really know for sure. Like, I don't know for sure, but even if he is the youngest I've heard, 17, I mean, let's be honest, what 17-year-old doesn't know? Like, social media, Twitter, constantly talking about politics and recent things that have happened and all this. Like, it's hard to get away from politics. Stop acting like you don't know what MAGA is, dude. You do. You should know all this by now, and you definitely do. So stop acting like, oh, I don't know what's going on, guys. Stop coming at me.
And that's why I don't. There's things that I agree with on the Democratic side and the Republican. Also, please stop trying to cancel me over any, like, minor inconvenience.
Really? Minor inconvenience? I mean, literally, I like, this is going to be my opinion, and I know a lot of people are going to disagree, but like, I think that who you support, like, you should you should support them partly because you know, like, their political views. If you don't agree with them, like, politicians affect lives in so many different ways, and I know, once again, there's going to be a ton of people saying, it's just politics. No, politics affect thousands of people, and who is elected affects a ton of people. So everyone has a right to get mad at him for his support of a certain president. Now, let's look for the long-awaited response he drops to all this drama and then conveniently turns off the comments. Because once again, you may be saying, he just hates the hate. Yeah, that's what he's saying, but it's more that, believe me, he does not want people to know about that video that girl made. Believe me, because he's gotten so much hate before in the past under his posts, and he's never turned off the comments. But conveniently, when she drops that video, the comments are turned off.
Heard everything that's been said about me online the past couple of weeks. If this is the first time you guys are hearing about it, I'm sorry to be the one bringing it up. For the people who have seen the rumors and watched me get cyberbullied online for the past couple of weeks.
Now, this is how he starts off his response, and I do agree some people were definitely what I would call cyberbullying him. They were insulting his looks, saying he's chopped, saying, how does this chopped thing pull more views? What episode does he die? All this awful stuff, which once again, obviously, I don't care if you think someone's ugly or whatever. It's keep it to yourself. Like, literally just keep it to yourself. I don't care how good or how bad you look. Just keep it to yourself. That's not a good argument. But a lot of it also wasn't cyberbullying. To dumb it all down as just cyberbullying is kind of dumb, because a lot of it was coming from genuine criticism, such as you admitting to driving under, you know what? Like, a lot of it was genuine. Like, you deserve the backlash for it. So stop acting like everything was cyberbullying when it really wasn't.
I want to speak up about this. I've stayed quiet about these accusations because the people behind the accusations are the people trying to get me canceled and who are hating on me. And I didn't want to play along in their little game. The cyberbully's words and accusations have reached my loyal fans, and it honestly hurts to see loyal fans believe all these rumors and lies. I want you to know I am who I've always been.
Paul, genuine question. If you admit to something, and you clearly were with a person in a video and they have screenshots and proof that you said this and admitted this, how is it just lies? How are your fans believing lies? You know that not everything you don't like being said about yourself is not, like, that doesn't automatically make it a lie, right?
And these things being said that are almost impossible to believe are lies or things that are twisted far out of context. These things are meant to harm me and also you. So I want to be honest with all of you guys, and this is the only full true thing in the pack of lies that everyone is spreading about me. So the truth is, I went to a party, which I did do, and which did also happen, and I tried nicotine. While under the influence of alcohol, I said the word addicted. Let me just be clear, I'm not addicted to anything.
Cool, I'm glad you're not, but that's not the point. Like, that's not what most people are mad about. Most people are mad about you touching other girls without their consent and when they have other boyfriends, and you, let's just say, driving when you shouldn't have been, when you had taken something you shouldn't have before you drive, and admitting to it. You admitted to all of these things.
I regret my choices from that night and I've moved past it. Did I make a bad decision? Yes, but the haters ran with it to make it seem way worse than it is, and they do this to try to ruin my platform. Outside of that choice that has been used to bully me, shame me, and just spread hate, none of the other allegations or accusations are true. Literally not one other one.
Notice how he doesn't go into any detail about those other allegations. If he actually had proof they weren't true, he would honestly go into, like, it makes sense to go into detail and then explain why they're not true. But he doesn't. He just says, oh, they're not true, they're just fake. Okay, buddy, we need a little bit more proof than that to believe you. But you know what? You do you. And he just repeats himself over and over again in this response. They're liars, but without providing any proof and just kind of, addressing the one that, like, no one really cares. Like, that's not the main point.
Listen to that clearly. If any of that was true, I would own up to it right now. People have made fake Snap accounts that look like my profile, but there's things that are a little bit different about them. But just to try to accuse me of things that I would never do. They've made fake AI videos, and they've made story times of people who I've never even met before. Some screenshots of old humorous posts that I've made have been brought up again to try to make me look bad and criticized as if I was actually being serious. If you look at the original posts, you can tell that I was obviously being humorous. Some of those were trends that I joined in on, and most of my content is meant to make you smile or laugh. Twisting the context of these posts is another tactic that these cyberbullies have been doing to me the past few weeks. Also, let's talk about another situation that has been twisted around and I've been accused about the past few weeks. Taking a photo or making a video with the girl does not mean she's my girlfriend.
Dude, we don't care. Address the elephant in the room. No one, like, this is all, like, nothing. It's like, you don't even have to address most of these. Like, no one really cares. Address the elephant in the room. Address that entire situation that girl talked about earlier. Why are you avoiding it? No one cares if you're taking photos with people who aren't your girlfriend. I mean, I haven't even heard of this one. Is he just, like, trying to desperately find, like, little controversy so he can cover up the actual big one? Because, like, dude, no one's talking about this.
A lot of influencers are girls, and they're also my friends. We go on brand trips and we take photos together.
And you know what you don't do to your friends, Paul? You don't treat them like you treated that girl. You don't grab their thighs and legs and treat them like they're your girlfriend. So, I mean, this is a problem you kind of created for yourself, but okay.
And we make content, and that's just what influencers do. Have I ever said that any of them are my girlfriend in my content? No. I've only had a few serious relationships, and when it's serious enough, I've shared it with you guys. And that's all there is to know about my relationships with girls. Content has always been there to help lift you up, make you laugh, or just make you feel seen. And that hasn't changed, and neither have I. I won't apologize for things that I haven't done. I'm here to own up my mistake and clear up the lies that are being spread about me.
But you didn't clear up anything. No one cares if you're addicted to stuff. That's not really what anyone... In fact, people were literally defending him for that. No one cared. It was obviously something much more disturbing. The whole driving under the you-know-what and the... Okay, you guys get the idea. I feel like I don't need to repeat myself for you to get the idea. But yeah, he's really just brushing around the bush with this response. Which, I mean, I would get why most people... It would work for most people. Because, once again, when I saw that video, it's getting more attention now. But it only had like 2,000 likes. Because it's about 8 minutes long. And she does talk for a long time. And as we know, TikTokers don't exactly have the longest attention span. Or TikTok accounts. Because a bunch of them are like skibbity toilet kids or something. But I hope it gets more attention because the stuff she talks about there is crucial to understanding how great and really wholesome Paul truly is. And he loves to make all this, like, Christian content, talking about how a relationship without Jesus is just lust. And, of course, I remember he made a TikTok talking about how he doesn't swear because he's a Christian. And he literally said F you to that girl. Like, he's just, like, I hate these type of people that act like they're holier than everyone else, but, like, are as bad, if not so much worse. Like, dude, stop acting like you're Christian. You're honestly giving us Christians a terrible reputation at this point. Please, like, improve yourself and actually read the Bible a little bit because, I mean, you're completely doing the opposite right now.
What I've lived through for 3 weeks is just full-scale cyberbullying. And I'm not letting lies, fake accounts, or cancel culture define me. I'm still here, I'm focusing on what I love, and I'm handling this the right way. And I'm handling this with my team, not filled with any drama.
And once again, if he actually brought up evidence and was like, yeah, this girl's lying and blah, 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 maybe I would believe him or maybe I would try to. But the fact that he just avoids it completely when it has to do with the topic he's talking about, it makes it so much more suspicious. Like, he clearly is trying to cover something up. All this is alleged because I don't want to get sued. We're just talking about someone who posted a video about him, blah, 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 blah. You get the idea. But still, it is definitely interesting from this perspective that he just avoids it completely. Like, he doesn't even address it. He probably knows, once again, he's smart enough to realize it doesn't have that much attention. Just shut your mouth and hope it doesn't get attention. Hope nothing happens. And it's been working, so I hope it blows up. I hope that video gets more attention because, yeah, he deserves to be exposed for who he truly is.
Kind of just wanted to address a little situation going on. So, as you guys have probably seen, in my comments, a lot of people are saying like, oh, he's fine now, or like, oh, whatever, but literally maybe a month ago, people were calling me chuzz or chopped or whatever, and before people even comment about your looks, I just wanted to let you know that they're not the only thing that matters. With TikTok thirst traps, it's making it seem like that's the only thing that matters because that's the only thing people are really seeing you as, but I just wanted to let you know that what really matters is what is in your heart and what your heart looks like.
This video is the true definition. This is a response from a few months ago to him getting cyberbullied. And this time, I agree it was cyberbullying because they were just going after his looks and only his looks. But once again, the recent response, not cyberbullying. I mean, some of it maybe because there are a few people that made fun of his looks like they always do. Like they do with any creator that people deem as ugly, which obviously isn't right. But a lot of it was genuine criticism. But, you know, whatever. Let's just put it all as cyberbullying. But anyway, it's literally right message, wrong messenger. Because, like, this is the same dude that constantly is posting TikToks about what girls should and shouldn't wear. And I know it's not that deep, but a lot of girls look up to him, and they're mostly, let's be honest, like, younger girls. Like, they're the same age as him. They have a crush on him and stuff. And he's constantly posting about what skirts are ugly, what hairstyles are ugly, what are pretty, what's preferred. It's like, buddy, if it really mattered to you, then why are you always judging girls?
And I know that sounds really cheesy, but it's just like you can be the prettiest person, and if your heart isn't fine or whatever, you probably should reevaluate yourself, because even when people were calling me chopped and stuff like that, like my videos, I try to support people and help people through hard times and just make people laugh, I guess. I know it's really cheesy, but that's, I guess, what my content is for. And when people were calling me like chopped or chuzz or whatever, my heart was very like, I don't know, I guess you could say fine, or like, I don't know, like my heart was in the best place possible. And I just want to let you know, now people are calling me, oh, why is he actually fine now, and blah blah blah. But I just want to let you know, whether you think I'm fine, chopped cheese, chopped salad, whatever you think I am, I just want to let you know that that's not the only thing that matters, and every single person is beautiful in their own way. And I just really feel so sad when people only think of people from their looks, because even though some people now think I'm good looking because, I don't know, maybe I got a haircut, I changed my style a little bit.
I think Paul's a pretty good example of like the influencers that you think are living the dream life and do everything they say, but they don't. Like, once again, I'm pretty sure he's not an adult. Same with Ashley Barnes' situation. As I said earlier in this video, we don't really know for sure. There's no way, unless you are close to them, you don't know. They could be lying, people around them could be, so don't tell me, like, the things you look up on the internet are inaccurate. You have no idea what they actually are, so don't come at me. But no matter what his age is, like, he is kind of a hypocrite at the end of the day, and his content is hypocritical. Almost everything he says that he believes in, it's easy to find some video where he does the exact opposite. And I get it, you can easily find clips of me being a hypocrite in the past. Like, I've said a few things, but it's literally every single thing he does. Like, every single thing, and he'll be so proud of it. He'll be like, this, and then all you have to do is go digging and look for a video he posted the next week or a week ago, and it'll be saying the exact opposite, and it's just insane to me. I think he's not like a horrible person or anything, but I think he has a lot of room to improve because he lies so often. It's just like everything is fake about him, and in order to have a serious relationship with Jesus, according to the literal Bible, you have to be honest with yourself and honest with others. You can't just blatantly lie about stuff to make yourself look better. And that's what he does. And it just annoys me to see this from someone that so many young people look up to. And it's just like, yeah, it's the literal stereotype. It's the one that your grandpa's like, oh, all influencers are hypocritical. And you're like, sure, grandpa. Yep, buddy. Okay, buddy, stuck in like 1920. Yeah, I know. It seems like I'm being like that boomer telling you stuff, but seriously, like, this dude is the exact stereotype of what boomers think every influencer is like.
I wasn't even planning on making any videos today, as you can tell by my face. I have been dying.
I just realized this video was copyrighted, but well, not copyrighted, but the music was. But all the people that are talking about PaulTooReal in the situation are literally just talking about the AI, and this video is funny and stuff, and a lot of them are, but like, I wish people would just spread news about that other video just so we could get more attention on it. We could know more about it just because we don't know much about it. And it actually is a serious allegation. Sure, the AI video was funny because it was fake, obviously, and it just shows, yes, I agree. He has, most shorts YouTubers that are like popular but steal content and stuff have a lot of like dedicated hate accounts. And it is kind of funny. Like, it is because they're like, they don't usually post too serious content. Like, they post kind of like you wouldn't actually get canceled, like the AI videos and stuff, the ones that are blatantly fake and stuff. And I think people, once again, were just going to, no one actually thought it was real, but they were just going there to joke and like say, haha, Paul, why would you ever do that? Why would you say that? So overall, it is kind of funny. Like, the names too. I saw one that said PaulTooRacist. Another one was Paul Hate Association. They are incredibly creative. Like, seriously, Amelist had these same problems. She has a ton of accounts that their only job is to make videos exposing her. So this is a problem with, it's not just him personally, a lot of them do clearly just like, they make fake, like, they don't make fun of his looks or anything ever, but they just try to expose him. That's what they're dedicated to do. So I agree, it is kind of funny, like the AI and everything, but I just wish more people would talk about the serious situation that seems to just be buried. Like last time, I can't wait for a million, he's 17, he's 19 comments, why would you bother him, leave him alone. I don't care. If you're 17, blah blah blah, 16, 15, and you choose to have a platform without like your parents pushing you to do it, which is like 10-year-olds that have that problem usually. If you choose to make a platform, you have a responsibility. I don't care. Stop acting like Paul should be exempt from what everyone else has. Like, my video was literally just, I wasn't even like, I didn't make fun of his looks or anything. All I did was say he shouldn't steal people's work because that's what he's done a million times, and then bragged about it. And half of my comments were, well, not half, but I would say like one every 20 were like, he's 17, you jerk. And it's like, really, dude? he should just get a free pass for stealing content and doing all this stuff. There was so much more stuff, I can't even remember it. It just was a long list in that video. But seriously, like, I'm sick of people using age as an excuse. It doesn't give you an excuse. While I certainly can't confirm it, I heard from multiple people that were claimed to be close to Ashley and gave some proof that they had connections, said she was 17. So should she just be off scot-free? Like, should we just be like, okay, well, she was 17, she was young? No. So I don't care if you're not 18 or over. Like, I don't care what your age is. As long as you're not being controlled by your parents, if you do something bad, you're going to get criticism for it. It's not always cyberbullying. He's using these same excuses last time, and last time it seemed a lot more valid because, once again, people were actually going after his looks a lot, and it is a sad reality when you go online. If you show your face, people are going to make fun of your looks. Is it right? No, of course not, but it happens a lot, especially when you have a big platform like this, and when he constantly posts himself with girls, which, once again, I'm not justifying it, I'm just saying that makes a lot of guys jealous. Like, why can't I pull those girls? That's not fair. Oh, Paul, you're chopped. That's not fair. Like, that's literally what people have been saying in the TikToks. I've seen them because they pop up on my For You page, and it's always something like, how come he pulls more than me? And it's clearly a lot of jealousy, but overall, it is a thing more of the past. It's more of a problem in the past, and right now, it's genuine. Like, there's genuine reasons people are mad. So I don't care how many comments this gets or how much discussion this gets. Once again, these are allegations. We don't have enough proof to say that they happened for sure or anything. I just felt like, since it wasn't getting a lot of attention, I might as well talk about it in this video and how he literally admitted to a crime. He admitted to a crime. So keep using that excuse that he's 17 in the comments. Why don't you, people? That's the end of this video. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Donate to the GoFundMe.